it at the end. Good evening. Happy Monday. Inspire Beauty. We are at the second Monday of the month, and we have been talking about getting back to the basics. And so what I'm breaking down all February long are the vital behaviors. And just like when we go to the doctor and they take our vitals, right? They take our vitals. They take our blood pressure. They listen to our heart. They take our weight. I mean, they take all of those things into consideration to see how we're functioning. And Beachbody has created vital behaviors that guide you to being a healthy, functioning coach. Vital behaviors, and I see this happen far too often, we pick and choose which ones we like, right? And everybody probably has their absolute favorite vital behavior. But my encouragement after this month is over is that we have a better idea of how to incorporate all four into our daily routine, okay? And so tonight we're diving into the second one. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. I'm going to slide this over. So tonight it's all about self-care. And vital behavior number 2 is being proof the product works. That's really how Beachbody phrases it. But I phrase it self-care above all. And you're going to see tonight as I kind of show you how that foundation becomes laid and why that is truly the foundation of everything else in your business. You're going to understand why I say it's above all. So who's taking care of you is my first question for you. And the truth of the matter is, regardless of our age and how much our mom loves us and how much grandma still babies us and sends us $5 for our birthday and our little card or whatever the case may be, there's really no one taking care of you except for you. And especially as we become adults, we start to realize that there isn't truly somebody to take care of us. And hopefully we got the right tools in place for the first 18 plus years of our life. And hopefully we had great mentors and parents and siblings and role models, etc., guiding us. But at the end of the day, at times it can just feel like we're thrown into this adulting abyss, and we don't know, like, how do we even start taking care of ourselves? But the thing is, and what I've learned is that if you can't take care of yourself, there's no way that you can take care of a group of challengers. There's no way you could take care of a tribe of coaches. So the first and foremost thing is you have to take care of you, self-care above all. And that's why we're talking about that tonight. So I just want to talk briefly about why self-care to me is so crucial. And I have really gone away, if you've noticed, in my particular business, from saying the word, from saying just like fitness and saying exercise or saying health, because I really want women to understand this idea of self-care, that it's beyond the scale. It's beyond the calories in the kitchen. It's beyond getting on a treadmill for 30 minutes and seeing that I burned 110 calories. It's way beyond that, right? And you might not see it in the same light, okay? So just understand that when I'm talking about self-care, you can coin it and name it and brand it however you want, but I'm essentially talking about pressing play and eating right, okay? Now, obviously I have other layers to that, but at the end of the day, that is the basic package: your health, your fitness, your nutrition. So self-care is crucial, you guys. It prevents burnout. I mean, we've all been there, right? I know I have in my life where I push myself to that point where literally I'm breaking. And some of us get to that point of breaking and we just end up having to give up, okay? Having a self-care plan in place, having a self-care routine, being aware of taking care of yourself helps us to just avoid that burnout altogether. We won't ever get to that point because we will start to see signals before that can even happen, okay? It also reduces the negative side effects of stress. So that small amount of stress, guys, it can serve a great purpose. Like right now, you guys, I'm completely stressed out that I'm at SC0 and it's the 12th of the month and we only have 28 days in February. So it's not like, oh, we're not quite at the halfway. Like we're kind of we're almost at the halfway point. And that's stressful, but that's a good stress for me right now because what did I do today? I made sure I went after my follow-ups, my invites, and my networking really hard. I focused into that in laser sorts of ways. Whereas, that's a good purposeful sort of stress. But if we have the same stress on our shoulders, and we might not even realize we're carrying it, but day after day after day, month, week, year, it just starts to break you down from the inside out. A lot of times we might get sick, a lot of times, and we just brush it off that, oh, I just got a cold or whatever, but it could actually be stress that is causing the breakdown of your immune system in your body. So taking care of yourself means keeping that stress from overtaking your life. And so again, I am an advocate about reducing my stress. And when I start seeing those signals happen, I go back to what I know. I go take a bath. I do some yoga. I read a book. I put on my app, my meditation app, and I just get in some silence. Maybe I'll take a nap. Maybe I close my laptop or put my phone down, or heaven forbid, you guys, like seriously, listen to this one. Sometimes I turn my phone off. Yeah. Like literally, like not just like this, like actually hit the power button and slide to power it off. I know that's huge. But when's the last time you've done that? You know what I mean? And trust me, when you turn it back on, there's not going to be anybody who messaged you, because nobody messages you when you think they're going to message you. It's always like right now when I can't take a call, you know? But the reality is you need that sometimes. And the more that we can be proactive towards that and then teach other people how to do that, just imagine what a trickle and a ripple effect that would make in the world around us. It also helps us to refocus, you guys. Like back in school, when I get stuck on a complicated math problem or something that was difficult, I'm sure you had a teacher in your life that told you to just walk away from it, maybe come back. If you got stressed with your homework, put it down for a second, go have a snack, come back to it. As children, we learned that habit or that option, but as adults, it's like we can't put it down. We can't take breaks. Well, sometimes we need that. And so it helps us to refocus. It gives us a break. And breaks, you guys, don't mean weak, pressing pause on something or saying I'm going to come back to that later, or I need to rest for a second. That's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of knowing that you need to take care of yourself. Okay. And taking those breaks, you know, I find for myself, a big thing that I have to do, and it's really hard for me, you guys, and I know you're probably like, that, like, cry me a river, Brittany, but it is like, I have to force myself to go outside and at least walk around my complex once with Frankie in the middle of the day, because I can feel myself just sit here and fade into this place where I'm just really not productive. Okay. And so our self-care helps us to refocus. So it's the vital behavior number 2. And the way that Beachbody likes to word it is be proof our products work. Be proof of our products, right? And our products could be a wide array of things. With Beachbody On Demand now, you have literally no excuse not to have tried this workout and that workout and this workout and that workout, and really at least given yourself a taste of what Beachbody has to offer, because there's so much out there. So you have that at your fingertips. In terms of Shakeology, if you are newer to Shakeology or you've been stuck on a certain flavor for a while, I would encourage you, mix it up. Try different flavors. When I first started coaching, I went through every month and I tried a different flavor so that I could, and I always got packets in the beginning. That way I could share samples with people if somebody was interested in trying it. But I'd always do a different flavor. And then once they came out with the vegan flavors, I started trying those, even though at that time I wasn't vegan, but I wanted to know the difference and be able to tell people about that and pick my own personal preference as well, you know. In the beginning, I hated vanilla, and I told people that. Now vanilla is like, that's it. It's my jam. Since they reformulated it, that is what I drink on the daily. But if somebody were to ask me about any flavor of Shakeology, I can tell you to a T what it tastes like, how I feel about it, what it mixes well with, et cetera, et cetera. And so trying different flavors is part of that process. Have you tried the performance line, the pre-workout, energize, hydrate, post-workout recovery, and the recharge are all really great ones. The one that's not so great is the one that's the creatine. Women, we don't really need that so much. So I highly suggest steering away from that. But you could buy a performance sampler online. You don't have to buy the tubs, but you could buy a sampler and give it a try for yourself. And what other things am I trying to think of right now? That's pretty much Oh, Daily Sunshine. That's the new snack that came out at Summit last year, and it's great for kids. It's kid formulated. So Shakeology kids can drink, but Daily Sunshine was created for kids. Daily Sunshine is also really great for adults for a snack because it keeps it really low calorie, and there's 2 different flavors. I tried both of them at Summit, and I got myself a sampler pack. I haven't invested in purchasing it month to month because honestly, with Shakeology and all that, I don't truly need it in my current life. But I would say at least go get a sampler of it, give it a try so you can see, because if you're talking to people who have kids and you don't know about Daily Sunshine, this could be a product that they absolutely might need in their household, right? For kids who just are picky eaters or won't get enough vegetables into their diet or just eating a lot of junk and processed stuff. This is a great tool for parents. So for vital behavior number 2, committing to a workout. Right now, a lot of you guys are doing 80-day obsession. And what's really cool about that is I'm watching, I don't think what you realize yet is that your business is going to blow up by the time 80-day obsession is over, because you are building momentum and you are showing people that you've committed to this workout. But I've talked to a lot of people who they'll print off a calendar and they'll get to like a week or 2 weeks in, and then they just don't do it. They don't finish. You've got to commit to a full calendar, you guys. And so if 80-day obsession is the very first one that you've ever said, I'm going to commit to this entire stinking thing, stay the course. Do it. And keep it fun. So if you are like, I keep pressing play on 21 Day Fix because that's all I know. Dude, there's so many other programs out there. Like, you can totally try something else. Try something that you don't even think you would like. Try something old school. Brazilian butt lift. Like, have you ever tried that one? That guy's a hoot. Like, he's so silly. Like, come on. Or if you haven't done what is it? Chalene Extreme is hilarious because it's like old school, like Chalene, and it's just funny to watch. And like, she comes out with these like weightlifting boots on one day, and it's like really embarrassing because no one would ever wear those nowadays. But now she has like a documented video with that. Like, she has to live with that for the rest of her life. It's awesome. But keep it fun. Like, commit to something. Get excited about trying something new. So after 80-day obsession, if that's what you're currently doing, awesome. Cool beans. Finish it. But what are you going to do after that? You don't have to do another round of 80-day obsession and like just keep burning yourself out on the same thing. Keep it fun. Whenever they launch a new program, even if you don't think you're going to like it, try it. I didn't think I was going to like Core de Force. I truly thought that it wasn't for me. And I did it, and I loved every moment of it. It was so much fun. And so I encourage you, when a new program launches, embrace that, okay? Just like you are with 80-day obsession, that's awesome. Like I said, drink your Shakeology daily. And if you're bored, like, trust me, I've been drinking Shakeology for 4.5 years. Some days I'm bored of it. You know what I do on those days? I put it in my oatmeal, or I make protein balls out of it, or I make a mug cake, or I just make brownie batter like my recovery. Like, keep it interesting. Try new recipes. Yeah, I know what it's like to feel bored when something is like the same over and over and over again. So try new things and shake it up. I just tried that new carrot cake one that was on the Beachbody blog, and I'm like, it's literally the only shake I'm drinking like for the rest of my life. I've been drinking it, I think 4 days straight now, the same recipe, and I like it until I get sick of it, and then I'll change it up again. The other part of being proof of our products, you guys, is we can't just be proof of our products in the closet. Like, we got to share that journey, all of it, for others to see. The good, the bad, the ugly, the awesome days, the days that weren't so awesome. Be a walking success story in progress. Because again, like I said, when people watch you do something for a full 80 days, and then you can show that transformation at the end, and they got to watch that entire journey unfold. Guys, it's like when you watch This Is Us, and you're like so captivated by the cast and the storyline. Like, that's fantasy. Those aren't real people. And that's not, like, trust me, I want it to be real too. But it's fantasy. And this isn't even fantasy, but what you're doing is you're creating a sort of fantasy in other people's minds when they can visualize what their life might be like if they walked the same journey that you just did. So you're providing that hope for them by doing that, okay? I want you to check out the Pyramid of a Coach. I've shared this on our team page before. I had made like a handwritten graphic, like on the back of a napkin, I think, but I tried to clean it up for this. If you look at the Pyramid of a Coach, this is what I firmly believe, you guys. I believe that self-care is the base of this pyramid. Okay? For what we do as Beachbody coaches, your self-care journey is the bottom of it. Once you are comfortable with your own self-care journey and it becomes something that is a routine habit for you, the next level to add on, the next layer is sharing that journey. And some people can do that simultaneously. Some coaches sign up and they're able to just rock their self-care and share at the same time. And it's like, it works hand in hand. Others have to get first comfortable with that process and then get comfortable sharing. And that's totally okay. Okay. But once you find that base, that self-care, and you're sharing that journey, then I feel like at that point you have earned the right to now invite others along with you. I mean, imagine it. And I say earned the right on purpose, because imagine if you weren't working out, you weren't eating well, you weren't even talking about it on social media. And then all of a sudden one day you say, hey, join my challenge group. Like, who are you to do that? Right? Is anybody really going to find you credible? I don't think so. I would just keep scrolling. But if that person is always working on being a better version of themselves and they're always sharing the highs and the lows and the in-betweens and showcasing that for me, and then all of a sudden one day they let me know that I have an opportunity to join them, I just might do that. Okay? And then the next level, after you start inviting others, then your next level, and this kind of starts to happen simultaneously, is that you then support and encourage them to have the results that you're having. And it's not easy at first. At first, like when I first started running challenge groups, I could barely worry about myself. So I wasn't the best coach at supporting and encouraging them. And I got better and better every month. In the beginning, I didn't give meal plans because I didn't have time to do that. But then I started giving them dinner ideas. And then I asked what would be better. And they said, maybe give us some lunch ideas, Brittany. I really struggle there. And so then I did dinner and lunch. And then I was like, well, shoot, I guess I could give them Shakeology ideas too to keep them on their home direct. And so I would give them dinner and lunch and Shakeology. And then maybe I'll add some snacks in there. And it just evolved, right? But that support and encouraging is a part of that pyramid. It's the next layer. Once you're good at inviting others to come with you and supporting and encouraging them, then you're equipped, I believe, to start building a team, because then you can start teaching other people how you've done that. And then you can mentor them to duplicate your success. But you guys, you cannot mentor. I cannot get on this call with you if I am literally a phony. Like, would any of you want to listen to me right now if I wasn't consistently doing my self-care journey? I don't think you would. I don't think you would. And so the base is that. And the reason I put a circle there, you guys, to kind of show that, because it's ever flowing. You know, I don't get to the top of mentoring and duplicating my success with others and I totally forget about sharing my journey. It would all crumble. And I don't get to building a team, but I forget to invite people to my challenge group and get them results, because I know that by doing that, those people are building belief in our community and belief in our products. And those people make the best coaches, right? Because they already have a belief in it. They already stand behind it. They already have, they already have a transformation oftentimes. And so keep that in mind, that you don't get to one level and the others just can go away. It's a building process. And so whenever I feel like this is out of alignment, I always have to go back to, am I taking care of myself? Okay. So consistency is key, you guys. We lead by example as coaches. We lead by example. My next question for you is, so a lot of you are doing 80-day obsession, and that's awesome. But here's my little pop quiz. Do you know what program you're doing after 80-day obsession's over? I do. I'm going to do Shift Shop for 3 weeks. And if you already know, why don't you type it in the chat? But I already know I'm going to do Shift Shop for 3 weeks because I have exactly 3 weeks before my wedding. And Shift Shop, I think, would be a nice transition because it goes to those quick 25-minute workouts, then 35, then 45, and then it's my wedding, and then bada boom, bada bing. I don't want to start another round of 80-day obsession right after 80-day obsession. And I also don't want to start 80-day obsession and be in the wedding craziness too. But I do want to continue my self-care journey. And so consistency is key. It's not just about consistency in the moment. I had a challenger who had emailed me back in response to an email that I sent out to everyone from phase 1 of 80-day obsession. And she emailed me back and she said, her roommates, she's having a hard time because her roommates are like, so what? You're going to do this for 80 days and then what? You're going to gain it all back. And I said, but see, what they don't understand is that after 80 days, that's not it. You find the next thing. And then you find the next thing, and then you find the next thing. And then you might be in a season of your life where the next thing can't be as intense as the last thing was, because maybe you're pregnant, or maybe you're going through an illness or whatever. But you find out what's next based on where you are. That self-care journey never finishes. Consistently sharing the journey. So again, you can't just share your journey on Friday or share your journey on Monday and then forget about us the rest of the week. It's like if the newspaper stopped sharing what's happening. Like, hello, like, where are you? You are people's daily news. You have to treat your journey and your social media as if you are like running the daily bulletin. Okay. It's got to be consistent, because that builds, again, that trust and credibility. Your coaches are watching you. If you have coaches, this is another thing that's important. For me in my business, at this point, it's not even about me. If I quit today, there are so many people that would be affected negatively by me walking away. If I stop sharing my journey, everyone on Inspire Beauty would be like, well, if Brittany can't do it anymore, I don't know if I can. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm offering hope to people. And if I can't do it, then maybe other people are going to start to not believe in themselves, right? And that's me being like, that's my pride and ego, obviously, because I'm certain that people would be fine without me. But what I'm trying to say is that people are depending on you. And if you don't have a coach on your team right now, anybody in your downline, what about your future coaches? Think about that. What if you did have a downline? Would they be inspired by your example? Would they be duplicating your example? And would that duplication be what you want them to do? So what type of coach would you want? What type of coach would you want if you joined a challenge group? What type of coach would you want if you joined this as a business? Who would you want your coach to be? And then you got to be that coach, you guys. Be the coach that you want to be. Our actions speak louder than our words. So again, we could post all we want about this challenge group we're running, or about this, and that. But if people aren't seeing you doing it, then they don't have anything to go off of. This honestly could be the biggest reason that you aren't seeing success right now. Especially like in the beginning of your business, there is a learning curve where like you start this off and people are probably watching, wondering when you're going to quit, when you're going to give up, when you're going to just be like another one of them, right? Quote unquote. And, but you have to understand that, like I said, that 3 month, that 90-day, that 80-day obsession grace period, for 3 months, you're showcasing your actions, and they are matching, they are in alignment with your words. And then all of a sudden, when you share that last final transformation at the end, bam, you might have interest. You then might have momentum in your business. But maybe the reason you're not seeing success right now is that your actions haven't aligned with your words, or there just hasn't been enough time for people to be able to trust exactly what you're doing. And it's not your fault. It's just the way of the world, okay? People don't know why you are inviting them, okay? They don't know where you're coming from in the beginning. They don't know. So you have to inspire them with your actions, okay? People don't wake up and like, oh, I really hope like Mary invites me today. You know, like I am certain that there's no one sitting at home wondering if Brittany's ever going to reach out to them and invite them. But the more that I talk about it, the more that I show it, the more that that's aligned, the more they're going to understand when I do reach out to them why I'm so passionate about it and why it works. The other thing is with this is that you've got to get a fresh, updated progress picture. You should not go 3 months without having an updated progress picture. Okay? Every quarter of the year, you should have something updated. Okay? And if you don't, share that too. After the holidays, I had a reverse transformation and I shared it, and that sucked, you guys. It's not fun to share a transformation that you don't feel comfortable with, and it's not fun to share something that when you look at that picture, you could tear it apart and you feel like from the depths of your soul, blah, you know, like I get it, but that's my action right there, saying, now watch me make this change, right? And so I'm allowing people to be inspired by that. So to wrap it up, your call to action, and this is not a call to action that can be done overnight, but this is one that is going to take discipline, dedication, perseverance, effort. What was the word I used this morning on my post? Relentlessness. That was the word. It's going to take all of that. I want you guys to pursue a workout fully and document it along the way. So if you're an 80-day obsession, awesome. Like you've got that going on, but like print off, you've got your calendars. Like I'm talking completely print off the calendars, print off the meal plans, show other people what is possible by documenting the journey along the way. I want you to share your real transformation as you go. Does transformation mean you need to be topless in a bikini? No. Transformations could be mental ones. They could be breakthroughs like I have a challenger right now that she was able to do last week all 15 tricep push-ups on her toes. That's a transformation. She got stronger, right? Upping your weights. When you buy a new pair of weights, you can talk about that. So your real transformation, guys, remember when we're talking about self-care above all, it's not just, here's my 80-day obsession Beachbody transformation. Like we don't need to do that. They make infomercials for that. What we need to do is show people our real transformation, what's really happening to the depths of our soul, in our heart, in our mind, and then, of course, in our body as well. But that doesn't have to be the only transformation you're sharing along the way. Be the foundation of your business. The foundation of your business is you. And that's really cool because you're relying on yourself. But it's also really easy to say, oh, well, I'll just put it off, or I'm not worth it. Or, it's easy when it's us to not take it as seriously sometimes than if it was somebody else pushing us. But you are the foundation of your business. You are the billboard for your business. You are the brand of your business. And so any and all success that comes to you is a result of that foundation that you're laying. So the other thing I'm going to call you to action on is prepare right now, especially those doing 80-day obsession, but look at your calendar. You probably, depending on what program you're deciding on doing for a full documented program, you're going to be anywhere from 21 days out to the end of it to like 90 days out, depending on what program you do. So I want you to look at when that finish date is of your program and prep. When are you going to start a challenge group after that? When are you going to call other people to action and say, come with me? And if it's a thing like you want to co-run a challenge group, start getting the wheels turning on that now, so that it's not like the day before it starts and it's like, oh, I really want to run this group. Would you do it with me? No, like you've got time now to think about it while you're going through that transformation of the end result. Your end result is to inspire others to now go on their journey. Remember back real quick, there it is to our pyramid, is that not only are you going to work on your self-care and document that, but now what's the next step? At the end of this, I want you to be able to invite others along with you. And if you're truly showing up to that self-care journey and you're being authentically you, the invites should be effortless, right? Effortless. Because not only have you instilled belief in others, but you've instilled that belief in yourself too. So that is it tonight, y'all. Okay, stop sharing. Let me open up the chat. Hey, Kayla. Love the pyramid. Yep. You're going to do core de force, Rebecca. You're doing core de force. Never actually finished the whole 30 days, so I'm ready to commit. Yes. Shift shop again because the last time I began it, I was derailed by injury. Yep. It was part of Ashley's. Yes. The loss of a positive influence on social media would be a huge loss. Absolutely. Oh, printouts of like the program materials, Mary? Is that what you mean? Yeah, that's awesome. And that's a cool place, you guys. I know we're not talking about inviting, but last week we did talk through inviting, and this plays hand in hand with this. Last week, what we talked about, you cannot do without this week, okay? And so, I like that, and how she's switching. So, in our stories, that's an awesome place to show Beachbody all like, this is my program material, here's Beachbody on demand, here's my Shakeology. Like that's awesome to walk people through that on there, and then use your platform, guys, to take people on your journey with you. And what I do, guys, because, well, first of all, it's easier on story to do a hyperlapse, but I know a lot of people are really afraid of showing video of themselves working out. But I think when you do a hyperlapse, like it's so fast, they're like, no one can even really see what you're doing. Like you look cool no matter what. So, and I even told you guys last week I did a hyperlapse and Charlie's and he's in his undies like in the middle of it. So nobody even noticed. So yeah, because it's so fast. So any questions, any comments, anything you want to unmute yourself for? I told you I would be a little quicker tonight. Nothing. And you know, guys, just to wrap it up, I think that this vital behavior, the reason it's so quick to talk about right now is I feel like, and especially the ladies that are on tonight listening, but I really feel like with our team right now, we're doing an incredible job of taking care of ourselves. And so that is like kudos to you guys, because that is the foundation of your journey. And it's just exciting watching that. When I go to the back office and comparatively to like even a year ago, and I look at active coaches versus inactive, meaning, you know, the active coaches technically are the ones that are working on their self-care journey. Most of our inactive coaches are not, you know, truth be told. Maybe there's a couple of them, but typically that's what's happening. And most all of our coaches on our team are active. And so that's really cool too, because that's not, you don't usually see that a lot of times on a team. So kudos to you guys. Congrats to you. You make me proud. I love you all. And if you got nothing, I got nothing. Okay, I do have something. We got to take a picture. Kayla, can you turn your video on? Well, I guess that's progress. It is. Are you in a basement? Are you in a dungeon? Do you need help?
Boys' room. Taylor, say hi.
Drop your favorite emoji if you need help right now. Okay. I guess you can turn the video back off because we'll see your name at least when it's off.
Bye, farty pants.
Oh my word, I love it. Mom. Okay, ready? Everybody fix your face. Fix your laugh. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Thanks, ladies. Love you. Mwah. Have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Bye, farty pants.
Bye.